Gremlin here with Hunter. Welcome back to FlatWorld, where we just kicked up to 121.6, which means things we're not sure about, including, there's the sunset, by the way. I don't know when I slept last. We should have some things now that we didn't have yesterday, last time, until right now, like Gastlings and a different way to make leashes and a way to make saddles for horses. If we have, yeah, there they are. But I don't know offhand. Can't make a ghast yet. What do you call the saddle thing?
A harness, I think?
No, don't have it. Alright, well, I know how to make them. I know what they take. So do you have any glass?
Yes.
I don't think we have much glass handy, so let me grab some wool over here. And probably make... set up to make 4 of these things. There's theoretically 4 places we can have a Happy Ghast. There's 3, but it's basically 4 because there's the overworld, which is just parsecs in every direction. That's not a problem. There's the end, which we should be able to just... What do I need? 8 of these? And then there's the nether, and the nether is basically 2 parts because... Make what I... Yeah, there's the recipe. No, that's a saddle recipe. What am I not... Do I need to know how to make a ghast first?
Maybe...
Well, I know it's going to be 12 leather, so I got more of these than I need. We'll just... Let me just go get a ghast, apparently. The nether... Well, I'll go in here and show you the problem that I have with the nether right now. Because I don't think these things are going to be small enough to fit through. No, it doesn't matter. We don't have a hole in the ceiling. We have to use this. Go. Wait. That doesn't give me anything. No, it's going to be under. It's going to be the gas tiers, I suppose. So it's 4 soul sand because they changed it. It used to be bone blocks, and then 8. Yeah, so 32 gas tiers. We should have that. And then once... This is going to take time. It's going to take like an hour to get all this done. We can do jump cuts, but it's going to take time. I'm a little concerned about a couple of things I noticed in the, like... It's not release notes, it's just the entry at Minecraft.wiki. But a couple of things that I've been hearing about all this time are no longer the case. Like, for one thing, you can't use bone blocks. So anyway, I have to go through that way. So I can't get a ghast up here easily. So if we want a ghast in the nether, we can probably pull one through the portal I came through to get here at all. And that'll be under the ceiling. However, I don't know if that helps us. It might. Probably better than walking. But above the ceiling, at the end of the... Oh, at the end of the tracks won't help. Remember when we made the village and we got villagers into it by staircasing down with a minecart? And we built a portal somewhere that was near a village that came out in the overworld at level 5, whatever the hell, or negative 61 or something like that. We need to do that again, where we get to the overworld, but won't come back through the portal we're above the ceiling, so we'll have to factor for that. Don't know if we're going to get that one done today, because that might... Everything we do is going to take an hour, close to an hour. Including climbing this ladder, of course. But, yeah, it takes 20 minutes to hydrate, I think. It takes 20 minutes to hydrate a Ghastling. And then once you've got that, it takes another, like, 20 minutes to grow up into something you can actually put the saddle on. Or whatever we're calling it, harness. So that's a concern for us. It's going to be... There's going to be some downtime today that we just jump cut through. But, yeah, one concern I have is... Up until today, when I looked at what they said happened, new way to make leashes, all this stuff, you can attach a boat to a ghast, Ghastling, whatever we're calling it, and it'll fly around with a boat. You can put stuff in the boat, like stuff, animals, whatever, But people apparently no longer fit. Like, it got a recipe.
Okay.
That should be all I need. Okay, let's try that. I could just take all of them, but I'm not going to, apparently. So, yeah, I don't... The problem is that I can... Let me get home, because now that I have what I want, hang on. Alright, so home, I should be able to make the Ghastling, dried, whatever we're calling it. I may have picked up the recipe for the harness, too. I don't really know. Let's find out about... There's the Ghastling. Make 4 of those, because why not? Yeah, and that gives us that. Okay, I see. Give me 4 of those. Those stack. That's unexpected. Those don't. Okay. Take... Oh, you need a couple of things. Yeah, let me try this. We can make string... Or we can make string. We can make, leashes without slime balls anymore, apparently. Oh, that's... I need a multiple of... I think 6. Let's find out. Yeah, you can just do this now. Yeah, that's fine. That's 12 of those. Let me find a something handy, because you're going to want this in the long run.
You got the glass?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry,
Four of these.
slightly distracted.
Where are you?
Right here.
You picked up your box. So here, have one of these, one of those, one of those, and one of those. You're going to need all that. And then if you want to go into the end, because you know where that is,
Yeah.
you can do one of these there where we'll have it. And we can probably start it at the same basic instant, theoretically.
I like the new tracker.
Yeah, that's... I knew about that, I just didn't really give it much thought. Let me know when you're about in place, and I'll pause this and let me have this ready to go. Actually, give me... Oh, put a fence post down somewhere, I suppose. Maybe over here ought to be enough room to let it exist without being weird. I don't know, hope so. Yeah, let me know when you're in place, and I can just throw the... As long as it's in a source block. I don't think it... No, it doesn't even use it up, so if it was just one source block, it would work, but... We'll thump this down at the same time. Let me know when you're where you need to be. Hang on. Okay. You set up to throw it in the water?
Yep.
Alright. 3, 2, for science, 1, place. And that's an achievement for doing... Do you get an achievement for, probably here. For, Oh, what the hell?
Maybe it's like a nether thing?
I don't think so. I mean, it could be. I don't know.
How do you get to that?
I just don't see where... You'd think it'd be husbandry, because you're making a thing... I don't know, what the hell? Look out a minute. Go, bring that back up. It's not... Is it adventure? Maybe. I guess I didn't think it would be, but...
That's not it.
I don't see it. I just got an achievement that is not on the list.
Yeah. What key do you hit to get to that?
L.
L? Okay.
It's not there. Yeah, I could see it being in here, except I don't see it being in... That's... I haven't done that. That's killing a ghast that isn't the one we have. By the way, that's been down for about a minute, so we're counting up from 248, so about 308, I think, should be ready. Rescue one by pulling it through a portal, so we know they go through portals. I don't see...
It's under the husbandry one. It's at the very, very top.
I went to the very top. Oh, it is? Okay. But there's nothing after it, unless it has to fill in later. So, yeah, it's just the... That's the achievement we get for doing this. So here's... One sec, let me bring something up. Here's what's bugging me about this, because in the lead up to this, in the snapshots, it seemed like we had more options. If you... Where is it? There's got to be some... I thought I saw it. They follow animals around. That's not great news for us. Riding... I know I saw this. Leashed... Attach a leashed boat to any kind of boat. And or a mob. Oh, too large to fit in boat. Well, how do you leash a person? Okay, so here's the problem. Oh, those are the exceptions. I misread this. I'm less concerned. Okay, so you can't put a horse, donkey. We knew that. You can't put these things in a sniffer. We don't even have those. Can't put these things in boats. So you can directly. You can leash a sniffer if we had one, or we have skeleton horses. Leash a horse, leash it to the ghast, and that'll be what happens. Otherwise, a boat connected to the ghast, once we have it, contains pigs and cows and chickens. What I don't know, because you can't leash a villager, is whether you can get... Because it seems like we were... But I've seen hints that players in a boat can't be lifted. They're too big. It's weird. I don't know if that's... Maybe that's in single player. Like, we don't have... I don't know. I guess we'll find out. That had me concerned a bit, so that's weird, huh? Anyway. We are now 3 minutes into this waiting out of probably 20. Hydration is 0. I don't see any it's nighttime. Any indication that anything important is happening. It looks grumpy, which it should for a while. It'll be happier once it's more hydrated. So yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on this guy. He's hydration 0. I know he gets at least a 2. I don't know if there's a 3 or if 3 is just that he gets up and floats around. I'll pause this until we have an update of any kind, so hang on. You're looking at 1, 2. Let me know when there's a change.
Okay.
Last time we got the kelp thing going on, I had to make some changes about this. Which, if anything, just makes that more likely to be 20 minutes. But, so here's the thing with this. The kelp grows because it does that. This is water source blocks. This isn't, we hope. And anything that kelp is ever in is a source block. So I'm drowning right now. I can go over here, though. As it grows, it goes from that point to up 1, and once it's in front of the observer, it tells the observer that there's a thing that updates the redstone, and then like 16 meters in either direction, it activates the redstone and fires those pistons. We started this. I have a habit, good or bad, of resetting immediately the random tick speed from 3 up to 40. Mostly so that a tree actually decays all its leaves in the first week and a half. I think that worked against us because we were having kelp grow up fast enough that in the time it took, the tick it took to have the observer tell the redstone to fire the piston, it grew up 1 more meter, and it was causing all of this to become, well, at least on one side, source blocks. And at that point, it keeps working, but the kelp that we get just floats instead of falling down into the hoppers. About the hoppers, we also have the minor issue that's empty, but that's not. So, I don't think we'll run out of kelp. We'll never run out of kelp. That's not possible at this point, but we might burn it more quickly than we get it, partly because I upgraded the oven, the furnace, to a smoker, which does this twice as fast. And we do have some of this stacking up, and eventually it'll be full enough that it'll go this way and be ready to go in here. I've been burning assorted stuff just to use up the buckets a little. But to make sure we have some room, this is, and it's fairly recent, these are all full of kelp to a point there. So...
Hydration 1.
Okay, so, that might clear out some of the hoppers and let the new kelp go in, because otherwise it's just going to spin on top of half the hoppers because it's full of it. We have too much to have enough. It's basically the weird way that works. What's this guy look like? Yep, 1. And he looks like about the same to me. In clearing out the source blocks before, I cracked in and dropped the random tick speed to 3 again. Wrecks everything else I like it, but it doesn't really hurt anything. It's just if you chop down a tree, it's going to be a long day waiting for the leaves to decay. Which is boring, but it's how it is. I just used dirt. I put dirt down in the source blocks that I didn't want to be source blocks of water. And the whole time I'm doing it, it occurs to me that we have a better way to do it, because dirt takes however long it takes to punch it. There's shovels, but you know. But the important thing is this would get rid of water, and then you just do that to get rid of the slime block. We have that many slime blocks in the world. Maybe some more somewhere, but the larger point, yeah, keep an eye on your thing.
I am.
Is we live in a world of slime. Technically. If we go downstairs, because we're up high enough that nothing's spawning, anywhere you go that has not bedrock, because we've been bedrocking to clear out. We didn't want stuff spawning down there. But if I get to the edge, or even just go downstairs, there should be out there, just anywhere out there, there's one. So that's a slime. Let me have this. Can I do this? Yeah. Oh, but I can't tell. I can see about where it is. It looks like 2 more chunks to get it, maybe something like that. If I go down there, well, first we're going to get a lot of stuff, but there will be, that's not the right one. If we go down here, splash, so, cow. Yeah, all these slimes, which are just happening to us, and we could just go in and kill them, shoot them, stab them, whatever it takes. But if we looked at, and then here's this again. So, like the one, obviously they're spawning right there. So that's about the edge, but then there's a spine chunk. So this slime chunk. This might not be a slime that I'm standing in, but it doesn't really matter. We can look up at some point. Now that's get rid of stuff. This is what I want. We can look up at like chunkbase.com where slime chunks ought to be in this area where we control everything. And if we can, especially if we can find, I can do that anytime. I can look it up right now. Let me get upstairs first. We could plot out where we could get a whole lot of slime that we can spawn and auto kill and get their stuff. The trick with auto killing is usually when I do that I use cacti, but while we have all the cacti in the world, I'm kind of thinking maybe this would work. I'm not positive, but it might. We have like a total of a stack of sand. If we get another trader that has sand, we can change that. But we just don't have a lot of cacti to waste, and if we make a slime chunk thing big enough, it's going to use up a lot of the sand. And we don't have sweet berries in this map. We haven't got those. You can buy them, but we haven't had the opportunity to buy them. 2. Wait. Yeah, because we started at 0. We have about 10 minutes left on that, I think. And then another 20 to have it grow up, but that's a separate issue.
They seem to be a little bit behind you.
I would have thought you'd be pulling ahead because I got more lag going on. Anyway, let me pause this again, and I'm going to bring something up and see if we can figure something out. Hang on a sec. I think that's the seed I went with. Like big F, big W, that sounds right. And, oh, nuts. Let me see where we are in the world here. I know where we are, but, well, specifically we're at -3 by +3, essentially. Hydration 2. Okay, hang on, let me find it in the map. So I'm right around here right now, I think. Negative... What am I... I'm here. About. Around this chunk. So, like, there's a... What am I looking at? That's a dungeon finder. That's not what I don't know why the hell I thought... Okay, oh, that's a lot. I guess it would be. Alright, so I was at -3-ish. By +3. So about here is where I actually am. That's around maybe where I... No, it's not. Probably that's where I looked over the side and saw him. So there's like... Right here... Oh, wow. That's 0 by 0. That might still be grass. We might have to, like, dig that out to use it, but that is a hell of a lot. If we just got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row. from just south of 0 to fairly north of 0. We can figure that out with the grid. And over by, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 grids. That is something to consider. Not today. But that is a hell of a place to... I don't see anything better than that. That 5 in a row thing is just intriguing because if we set it up kind of similar to the kelp thing, where everything's pushed into the middle and something happens to it, that would be great. So yeah, I'll plan toward that. I'll think about it. I've got it on, I've recorded that I did that, so now I know where to look. Back to game, back to watching Hydration 2. We have 7 minutes left, maybe. See what happens over time. Hang on. Did notice he looks a little less glum. He's just kind of like meh.
Pretty soon it should say that he feels better.
Yeah, probably. Okay, hang on. Dried Ghast feels better. He's smiling
3.
now. Yeah, he's smiling. He's stage 3.
Yep.
He's got probably 3 more minutes to soak. I don't think this helps me much anymore. Yeah, so... really trying to plan without knowing a lot. Probably should have hydrated more than one of these at once, thinking, well... The only reason to do that would be see if I can get it through a portal. I assume I can. Probably I can. I think that seems to be the point. Are you... He's just happily smiling while drowning. Okay, back in a sec. Also, while I'm waiting, I should find out if I have... I used to have a... There we go. That might be handy to have for reasons because I want to test what I can carry around this guy. Eventually, it's going to have to grow up before it can do anything. But... Yeah, he's got 2 minutes left. Alright, hang on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 308. It's not guaranteed. I think it's pretty random, actually. But any time now, he could become alive. I'm going to want to leash him. I don't think he's going to go anywhere, really. But I want to leash him when I can. Drag him over to that fence post and lock him down and then start the next timer of 20 minutes. Come on, dude. Get up. Get up. Can he twerk? Does that help? Sometimes it helps. Doesn't help anymore. I used to work with trees. That was a long time ago, like over a decade. I can't just... I don't know, want to try to leash him right now. It might reset something. Some other time I'll try it. Get out. Get up. What time is it now? 15 seconds to 3:09. Yeah, I don't know. It might not be exactly 20 minutes. What do you think you're doing? Hydration 3. Get the hell up. Yeah, we're burning time. Dead air. And that's 15:09. It's not exactly 20 minutes, I guess. Similar to... Maybe it is. It's similar to 20. I'll come back when he moves. Hang on. There we go. Leash, leash. Come with me. So theoretically, we can go that far anywhere in the overworld, or the end, but pretty much the overworld. Come here. Hi. And and he's like a meter tall right now, right? He's not big. I could pull him through a portal, I think. I don't see why not. Except I'm not going to with him. But that would get him into the nether through a portal. Depending how long it takes him to get bigger. We had time for it. And if we do it in the right way, we can use a portal that gets above the ceiling on contact. You know, it just happens. And then if we can get... I could have just leashed him to the boat, maybe. I honestly don't know. Let's find out. I didn't think to try this. Are you stuck to the boat? No, wait. I just got the boat, not him. That doesn't work. It's gotta be a full-grown one for that to make sense. Well, we'll keep that in mind. He's gonna grow up until 3:30-ish. I don't really know offhand. I guess, just following me anywhere I go. Hi. I'd pet you, but I don't know what that means, so. Hi. Alright, we'll be back in like 20 minutes or whatever. Hang on. I have a mechanical question.
Um.
I don't know.
Uh.
I don't like that he's in that, actually. It's bothering me.
Oopsie.
I don't know if that changes anything. We'll save that until it's safe. I didn't expect him to wind up in a boat. You got yours is up, right?
Yep.
If you want, you can get a screenshot and send it to me. I'll keep an eye on this guy for probably another 17 minutes, I assume.
What's the button for that?
Oh, F2. Or, you know, just whatever it is. Shift, start, S. Either way. Alright, hang on. Be back when I have something. Okay, unfocus. Give me this thing. So what you got. So. And you're looking at an Enderman,
Yeah,
if you're aware of that.
I became aware of that somewhat instantly as I was getting the screenshot.
Okay. What is it, like Control Alt 0 to go? I don't know what it is. Just 0, I don't know. That can go now. Yeah. So we've still... What? We've still got, some amount of time. Probably a good 10 minutes. Be back when we have something. Still waiting. Although something occurred to me. If we, can carry villagers around. My reason primarily for wanting to do that is to make more villages in the nether so that we have, spots that, produce more basic pigmen. But this is a super secret project, unless you've been watching my Let's Play in my normal Minecraft world. We could probably do goblins, which would be a thought. Just so we don't have to do all of the harvesting. The only thing... Well, actually, we could do auto-pumpkining anytime. I didn't think about it. We don't have that. But, yeah, we'll talk about that if it turns out it can work. If not, it could still work. It'd just be a hassle. About 2 minutes left, we think. Right? You don't know. Hang on. Should be about any time. I guess it was actually... like, probably 1 more minute. But, so it was somewhere into 3:09 or something. Hang on a sec. So... 15:29, any second now. Unless it really was 10, it might have been. Yeah, the goblin thing is basically just a wit cows to auto-harvest crops, which, if we can carry villagers around, it's going to make it a lot easier to do. Hey, pig. Okay. He bumped me and got big. You see, that's what the catalyst really is. Have a saddle. Now I can get on him, right? Can I... can't see anything. Can I, just shift to go up? I wonder if it'll break the leash or I'll just stop here in a sec. He's not leashed anymore, so there's that. Which is good and bad. Now the leash is on the... Oh, I have the leash. I'm holding it. Cool. Let's test a couple of things. Let's go over the edge here. How's your guy doing?
Still a ghastling.
Okay. There ought to be... I don't want to slime. There ought to be some animals randomly down here.
I know there's like a cow wandering around
Yeah,
the
that's what I'm
bedrock.
thinking. Although we have cows. There's 2 cows.
I think there's also a horse down there.
There's a pig. That's what I really want. Okay. Let's get down here. Let's get a boat ready. Let's do... this ought to work. I think. I might even... Can I, like, set this down from on this? Maybe if I stand up first. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I would be careful because it might wander off.
I don't want it to wander off. That's my concern. Hi, pig. Stay. Can I... Okay, that doesn't work. What about this? Okay, what about this? Okay. What about leash? Uh-oh, come back here. Where are you going?
Away.
Okay, I gotta somehow leash him while holding shift so I don't just get on. I guess I could just get on him. If I get on him. Okay, what if I get off him? What if I leash? Did I lose the leash? No, it's actually... Okay, wait, don't leave. So we know we can carry a pig, which I guess is something we wanted. And then I can go back up. We're over time now. Let me get up here. Hang on. Alright, try to get over the cacti, because I'm not sure where the hell they are. If I just go over here, I can probably... I don't know what the hell's going to happen here. Get past the crops so we don't break anything. Kinda land the ghast. Exit the ghast. Break the... Don't leave! Don't the hell leave! There we go. He lives here because I'm not going to chain him up right now.
Okay.
I need to get the boat back on the ground where I can do anything with it. Need to leash the ghast, which is the hell up there, so we'll wait for that apparently.
Mine is harnessed and tied up, and I'm coming home.
I can't reach him. I can't imagine. Who the hell thought this was a good idea? I want to go over the edge. Okay, there's the leash. That happened. There's the boat. Get... I assume you're still connected. Yeah, we could lead him around. Why am I in the boat? We could lead him around with snowballs, but we don't have those. So, oh, damn it to hell. How did that happen? That shouldn't have been a thing. It should have just let me on it. I don't know why it didn't. Here. Alright, when I got it, I'll get back here. Hang on. I figured it out. I got in the boat because I wasn't holding shift.
Oh, well, that's odd.
If I hold shift touching, that doesn't help. Does this help? Is the boat still part of this?
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to stay a part of it.
Don't care. Have to see now. What the... Why? Reason.
Because it's not... The big physical harness is not on the ghast. It's just a straight line.
Okay, get the leash. You do it, and I'll figure this out when I do. And then sleep.
Okay.
Nope, that's not the leash. Nope. Break the boat, whatever it takes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it helps to have two people, maybe.
I'm looking for a leash.
No, he's just moving it. Do I have it?
Okay.
I have this.
Okay.
I guess you just get the leash if you're on it. That's kind of cool.
Boat.
Yeah, leash.
Right.
Which you have to shift leash it. And then I guess shift leash this guy?
Yeah.
And that's working.
And it's completely different now, yeah.
Yeah, what's the difference? I don't know. Go sleep or something.
I think the difference is the order.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm going to slowly, apparently, blimp my way over to a village for reasons. Hang on. Hitting control does not make this thing go faster. There ought to be, I think that one probably, right in front of me. It is full of, like, butchers, theoretically. We haven't really talked to any of them, so they should be more or less unemployed as long as they're not in the village. Farmers are a little more complicated, and then everything else is... I don't really want to abduct anyone who has a job as such. I cannot see anything from up here. It's just... I don't know what happens. There's nothing I can think to do, scroll or anything like that. I've worked out that shift lets you go up faster. Although it helps to be... Well, it lets you go up, but if you're looking up, you go up really fast. I hope I have a boat, apparently. No, you have to be over it, but not... So I want to be here. And then get the boat to be, like, on the ground, right? Where's the boat? It's there.
Do you need me to come over?
Maybe, because I don't seem to be going anywhere near this thing. I guess nudge him into the boat, or I can't see the boat. Wait. I thought I saw someone sort of... Yeah, he's in it. Just go up then. And theoretically, is he in there?
Yeah, there's a little dude in there.
Okay. That's informative. Doesn't really matter what happens to him now, honestly. But I can get back home with him just as a proof of concept that we can set him down without killing him. Good reason to have the little tracker is I can't tell where anything is when I'm following you. So that's handy. If I kicked up the render distance, I'd see more, but we'd also lag more, so I don't want to do that. He's mumbling, so I know I have him. That's handy. Yeah, there is no faster than this. This is just... Let me hit my super cool go forward button that I don't... It just holds W for me. That's boring. Let's not do that. There's... Go to the house or something, maybe?
Okay, give me a second.
Okay. Yeah, I really... It's hard for me to guess where the floor is. At all. Maybe if I do this. But then I'm going down, so that doesn't help.
I see you. You're at the house.
Yeah, I just don't know how much clearance I have. I don't know if I'm going to scrape the boat on the edge of something.
You're up there.
Oh, I can see your screen. Oh, wow, I'm way the hell up. Okay, I'll come down. Yeah, that's a lot. I'm like 100 feet in the air from where you are. Yeah, I don't have any idea what the spacing is. I know I'm over the grass now. And then that's touchdown. Okay. And then no, that's jump. If I get off the thing, I assume it, yeah. It leaves.
And then he's gone.
And he doesn't have a job anymore because we talked about this.
Okay,
I guess...
I think what we need to do is just make sure we have a post to leash them to.
Yeah, but if I leash him, I loses the boat. What are you doing up there? Get down here. Get the hell down here. Come here. Why are you... Nah. Okay, I'm on it. You want to get on it? Probably could. Alright. We're out of here because we're over time. And I cannot turn toward the... It's just going to be like this, I guess. Whatever. That's that. We'll split. You can like and subscribe and rehydrate a Ghastling, and then wackiness ensues. That was awkward. Everything about that was weird. But I think everything I want to do will work. I don't see why not. Click the stupid bell for Can I wave? For notifications, and we'll see you next time. Bye.